just gonna get in there then with this. We'll get it downloaded first. General feedback. Exclamation mark. New mechanics. Freestyle. We played this, haven't we? This is the grid game. Thing is, I'm gonna know how to, like, I mostly remember how to play it. Moving is bad. Oh, that was the idea. No, we don't want to save into Shaun's spicy memes. Although we got a new one. We got a new spicy meme. Hang on. There's video games. We'll bring that up if I need to go AFK. We got tunes now? Oh no, I think I remember this from before. Engage on screen. If I click this enough, I'll become permanently happy. Does full screen kind of screwing with your font a little bit? Oh, stupid. You can see the kind of like... Oh, it's like, that's like 3 pixels wide. It's like 2. Like it's kind of noticeable. I don't know if it's just the full screen. Yeah, it is. Because that's fine. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before or not. That's interesting. What's the base resolution of it then? I wonder why it's... Don't know. We'll go with full screen anyway. This looks okay though. But, I mean, it would be harder to tell. Oh yeah, you can still kind of see the effect. That's not Should play the tutorial anyway. Did it have a tutorial before? Oh yeah, I can play in the tutorial. I'm not sure it was actually particularly obvious, I just tried it in case. Oh. Yikes, you can game over on the tutorial. Without knowing how many moves you have. There we go. Now that you've wasted most of your moves, place a tile. I think I said this before, like it's a little bit of a shame about the number. Like look how clean and minimal it all is, other than like obviously the necessary text for telling you how to like play the game. I honestly think even in spite of the resolution issues as well, that this font doesn't necessarily work. In fact, the pixel nature of it in general, I don't think works super well because you've gone for solid color, and what would help, I think, with both your resolution issues and the general feel of the game is going for a vector style here. If you're going for just solid colors, and then you can have nice, super smooth rounded. So you're going for rounded squares anyway, like, and you're going for this like super lo-fi kind of like, you know, chill, low saturation color look. I think it would work really, really well with a vector style. And then if you can do that right, you can make it so it scales a lot easier. The numbers are never minimalistic. Like, it's like it's very hard to do, like, I don't know, it's always you could like the way, I don't know, you do it with like dots or whatever, you know? Like imagine if a dice had actual numbers written on it instead of dots, right? But like a 6-sided dice. I know some do, obviously, but like that's the sort of difference in look I'm talking about. And yeah, the fact that it's just like sort of sits in the top corner as well. Like maybe if it was like a big, smooth, like less pixely number, like in the middle, maybe it could kind of work. Like it's a big, chunky thing. But otherwise, it kind of looks like debug text. You know, it feels like that's like telling me like the state machine number of this tile or something. You know. I don't think you should let me game over in the tutorial. At least it does come back at the same point. At least it does. It's just a little confusing for the pace of it, you know? Was this tutorial here before? I don't remember it. Of course we look at it. Like this is super important, right? I do like the way the arrows pop in. Like that looks really good. I also really like the little white box you have that like goes from one to the next. Like so I can see where I am now. Like moving at all, but I think that was the issue it had, is like you can move around but like you just never really want to, and just intrinsic in the game's mechanics is just like move as little as possible. Quit the tutorial now. Okay, how? Okay, there we go. We hang around long enough before it comes up. Yeah, like you've gone pretty hard on this aesthetic, and I like the aesthetic. Oh, but look at this! Look at the menu! Sir? Sir, you don't look like you belong here. No, but on a serious level, this is better. Like these buttons, look how smooth and nice these look at like full screen here. And I don't know if it's just accidental because of like the way it's gone to full screen or whatever. And but the fact it's on like 2.5K, like maybe it's just done something where it's accidentally like scaled these up. But because maybe you're using like draw round rect or something like that, so it's like doing the application surface size or something like that. Dude, I'll see them a mile away because it stands out. It stands out. Like, but look, I think these look better. This like I think everything should look like this. Like and then like, especially if you can especially if they make it work so it just scales with the application surface size as well. Like you might have accidentally stumbled on the exact tech you want to just draw these, because then they'll just be smooth. No, like, and they'll just use as many pixels as you have. Anyway, increasingly challenging levels. Was this a thing before? A lot of things pass the graphics test, you just don't notice because I don't talk about it as much when it does. I just say it's very consistent, and then we move on to talking about something else, because the developer knows that. You know? So, what do we do on this level? We just have to get to a certain score or something? See, even that's like 2 away, I still feel it's like not in my interest to move, right? And the key is just deciding when it is, because you're starting to take up too much space. That can get awkward though. Too worth it? I don't know that it is. If I get stuck here, does it just GG? I don't actually know what happens. It does. Okay, interesting. I like the smaller grids actually here. Just a little, like, just any more incentive to actually move is good. So for those of you that don't know, because I know the rules of this game, we kind of went through the tutorial just to see what it was like. But like, you have to stack blocks up to 4 blocks, and when you stack up 4 blocks, it gets rid of the block, and you gain a few more moves. I can't remember how many. I think it might be 4 or something like that. But because you don't gain a lot, you're really incentivized to just stay where you are as much as possible because it's free. Like, the block does, like, appears and doesn't take up anything, right? It's free to place it. But the other thing that doesn't become super relevant. Yes, submissions are still open. Submissions are open for the whole stream now. We've blown the doors wide open. Because it doesn't matter right away, but like towards the end, it starts to matter. And especially on a smaller grid, it matters a bit earlier. When you get to the fact that a tile can't move through a tile of a different color. It can only move through tiles of its own color. It's a shame that I don't feel like there's any reason to ever use that, really, in like, other than to actually stack a tile. Like, I don't think I would ever like go through one red to get to another red, for example, you know? It's almost like the movement and stuff has this like broader possibility space than what you actually want to use to solve the puzzle. It's about being like ultra conservative with your energy. See, we're losing moves, but we are stacking, which is good. Very rarely do I think I want to move something if not to stack it. This might actually be a situation where I want to do that. Because if blue shows up in the middle there, that's a problem. But then it's a problem anyway. Maybe I want to do that. Ugh. 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 Oh no. It's happening again. Okay, we got saved. Was that even a net gain there? Like, I had to move 3 and I feel like I have the same number of moves. Yeah, I think you only get 4, don't you? It's like almost Theme Hospital reminiscent, this music. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. We just moved that. That's like the worst possible move. See, right, I'm on 12. 11, 10, 9, 8, 12. I guess nothing lost, right? And we just made some space, so I guess that's a gain. I don't want to cover up the red, the yellow even. So I guess we have to do that. One, 2, 3, 4. That's, yeah, it's break even. This is rough, man. Oh, if we pass though, we're over the score. Is that what the levels are? We just have to beat the score? Like if I just... It just said 10,000. It's a little tricky that like, I have to move the mouse to get the menu thing to come up, so like I get given the option as soon as I think, oh, how do I get out of it? Oh, like you're quick to step in and solve it by bringing this up. But like, I feel like you could avoid... I don't know, no, it's fine. Okay, so now like we've unlocked. So what's level 2? Oh, we just have less space. I feel like I want something to be like, you did it! Or whatever. I know the text turns green, but that's kind of it, right? I feel like I've moved too much. Sometimes you just get really lucky though as well. The randomness is there's very high variance. Very small notification. 1, 2. Break. Oh, those break even. They don't feel good. I think that's the problem. It just doesn't feel good when you actually hit it. Like, part of me wants to say just turn the number of moves you get up, but I know it's not really as simple as that. But part of me thinks it would feel better. Because this doesn't feel like... I mean, I know I just lost. What did I? Oh yeah, I didn't get quite enough points. But like... I don't know. It's a tricky one. I'm starting to move things more, and I don't think that's actually good. Just like want to keep things out of the way, you know? But in doing so, I'm making it take longer to get to each thing. God. Okay. So we're using my old strat now of just only moving when you're like right next to a thing. But I don't think the game allows that anymore, which is good. It's also frustrating because now I'm like, how do I play? What's the strategy now? Frustrating in a good way. Still in profit? That's an annoying one. Okay, good. That's pretty as good as we can get, really. I mean, this just goes on forever still, doesn't it, anyway? Are you bound to lose is the thing? Like, I don't know. Could you, in theory, just sort of go on forever here? I feel like if you're good enough, you could just go on forever. Can't afford that. I've been doing all these two moves. Two moves are a rich man's option. Gotta move one. Yikes. Yeah, shut up. I think they're often good. I think this is wrong. I still think they're good. What's classic? Oh, you got the really big one. Interesting. I feel like you've started with more things on the board. What is it? What's replaced? What do you find then becomes the replacement strategy that makes you? I test out level 11. Don't know that. No. Oh, apparently I can. Thing is, even doing like only like single moves, it's still hard to like keep your move count up. That's ooh, gray. Oh, I thought for a moment anything would be able to go through it, but no, it's just another color. Why do I feel like I've placed that in the worst possible position for whatever it means? I like this. It should be said, like, I liked the original Jam game you did for this. I like this version of it. I enjoy seeing this game come out. Wait, why did that go to 3? Did we do something? Did we get more grays and I just didn't even... Give me a grey one again. I want to know. It wasn't clear how it worked, but I guess. Colored tiles next to it. I feel like we did that. I mean, its number went up to 3. Don't know. Maybe because it starts at 1 and then it goes to 2 and then goes to 3 when there's 2 next to it, but that would be a little bit anti-intuitive. Which I know it's like, oh, you wanted to match up to the 1, 2, 3, 4 thing, but... Which might work better if you didn't use numbers. And it was some kind of like symbolic change. I was about to say that's enough backseat design from me, but backseat design is this entire stream, so I guess it's not. No, it's good. I like it. I still like it. I like some of the changes you made. I think it's cool. I don't think the pixel art is a good long-term strategy for this. Not if you're going with this style. I don't think it think it really draws any advantage from being pixel art. It gives it some downsides and the resolution scaling becomes an issue. Pixel art is very hard to keep consistent and looking nice sometimes, especially with like fonts and stuff. I think you're making more work for yourself than you need by going for this style, and I think it would look great and super consistent and nice if it were all like smooth vectors. IMO. I think the game's doing well. I think you're starting to find the feet with it a little. I like the smaller stages. I like that the classic mode, at least from what I remember, it feels like there's more stuff already on the board. I would like there to be even more stuff on the board than this personally, but that's probably down to the way I play the game. The tutorial is good. I think there's like a little like rough around the edges bits with it, like the fact you can kind of die in the tutorial and stuff is just like fine, but a bit just weird, you know? Rather than saying game over or whatever, maybe it just makes the noise and wipes the board or whatever. I don't know. It's tricky. It's like framed a little weird, like it's up here and so on. There's a lot of like going around it with a feather duster type of thing, you know? But the fundamentals of it are all good and all that. Stats. Games played 12, time was 373. Alright, cool. Thanks for that. Alright. We know what time it is. So, if you have submitted a game, your game is on this list that you can see in front of you, and it's in white, we haven't played it. and you would like it playing next. Hang on. What have I done? There we go. Now is your time. As soon as the thing enters the chat, to join the raffle. Use exclamation mark join, assuming you are here, your game is in the list, you have submitted a game. The very first time we did this, it was won by someone who had not submitted a game. It's never happened since, but I felt the need to like point it out every single time after that. Hey, Alison. Oh, that. There we go. It has happened before, funnily, so I do feel like... I was about to say, like, no one will do it. But, like, it's happened. The dude owned up to it in the chat, like, half an hour later as well. It was just like, I don't know why I did it, just impulse took over, and I just took the code, and we just stuck it in stream. It's a terrible idea. If anyone was thinking about it, it's a terrible idea, because all Alison would have to do is like be like, oh hey, this Steam key, hey Valve, this Steam key is fraudulent. It's gone, you know, like. Anyway, raffle, where we at? 1 to 1. Whole bunch of you could have joined, you know, but you didn't. So nonetheless, Sisaki is the one. And Pomo can't even win a raffle when it's like 50-50 odds. Stay free. Oh, Chaki? Is that how we're saying it? Yeah, it happened, man. Someone stole a copy of the illustrious Clowntown. I did. That was a stream with all kinds of drama, man. My keyboard broke. We had to restart my computer and the stream. We had Steam keys being stolen. It was a wild ride. It was the cursed episode. Game Jolt links are allowed. I just shame you. No, I'm kidding. They're fine. I never liked Game Jolt. I mean, I think it's a bit better now than it used to be. But I just never quite liked Game Jolt's website. It's fine though. You know, whatever gets me your game. Look at this. Why do I have 2 mouse cursors though? One of which can like come over here in this weird like grey bar space. This one is locked in and cannot reach the grey bar space. Chill music. Like the reflections going on down here at the bottom. Look at this. Is this little dude? Oh, this looks very pretty, but we don't know what's going on with the edge of here and the edge of here, and double mouse. I'm gonna guess the green one's like our actual. Oh, gosh. No, it looks so much worse without that. Display. Oh. Oh, have I broken it? Okay, well that's probably not a good idea. One is on the GUI layer if you don't have 16. Okay. So we'll just try and ignore the other mouse. And the weird resolution. The particle effects are sort of very nice. The resolution stuff, some issues. Gameplay. Show UI. Oh, this menu is very cool. It's like stretched to a weird size. I think there's just all kinds of scaling issues going on. 20 FPS might make issues. Well, then why is it an option? Sorry, this thing I put in the game might be a problem. Don't click controller settings, okay. Right, a pro tip for Feedback Friday, right? I love looking at the options in games. Alright, if you have options in your games, I'm gonna look at them. Because they're interesting to me. Because often, not always, but like often. Well, I mean, I suppose technically always by definition, they represent a concession of sorts on behalf of the designer. Not necessarily a bad one. Obviously, you know. Options are good, but they're always, by definition, an option. They're a concession on behalf of the designer who decided that it was better for the player to decide something than them, or the player's preference for something might outweigh their own in a particular circumstance. So it's always interesting to see what is provided as options. So I'll always go through and have a look. And what they consider to be important preferences and things that should be customizable and so on. It says a lot. Toggle run, pitfall penalty. I don't know what any of the. I don't have context for any of these yet, unfortunately. UI size. Kind of want it smaller at the moment, but like I don't know what it is in the game. No, it doesn't do anything there. God, this mouse thing's gonna get very distracting. Right, let's get. Ooh. It certainly looks magical. We'll give it that. It's very HD, except like you can kind of see a bit of pixeliness on the player, I guess. Like he almost looks a bit pixel art. Kind of like those chains coming down, even though they don't, not quite the same style as everything else. Boom. The water is super good. The water's great. Was I busy looking at the water? Did it tell me an important control on the screen just a second ago? I feel like it might have done. Oh, hey. Oh, we've got a sprint button. I'm just going to assume it told me that because I might have just not been paying attention. Shift around. Did the game tell me that? It probably did. Left mouse to release omnidirectional wave. Boom. Good noise. It's quite quiet, so I don't know how well you guys can hear it, but it's a good amount of bass. You didn't, okay. Important. Like if running is important, I think it's always important to tell people when they can like change their character's speed. Because it usually matters a lot. And really a tutorial. Yeah, you just told me a thing on the screen that was like. Left click to do this. You didn't say what it's for, but that's like part of your tutorial, right? I'm not sure how oh, right. We have to. It's a subtle, like that's such a subtle difference in jump arc as well. Why do you jump higher just by holding shift? That's slightly unintuitive. Like, I get like, oh, you're running, so you jump further. That's quite intuitive, right? But I'm not sure you even do. No, you totally do. Because you just move faster. But you actually don't, you get more height than you do distance by holding shift. It's not necessarily wrong, it's just it's anti-intuitive. So if it's gonna behave that way, it's important to tutorialize it, you know? I do like kinda like this weird like echolocation thing we're doing to see where we're going though. Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh. That had like that snap that made me think I died because I've played so many Game Maker games where you die, you just that's exactly oh maybe I did. This does look like the start. Oh, I thought I went to a new level, but no, it actually did do the Game Maker death. I can't believe. Look at the amount of particle effects and work and effort and beauty in this game, and it still just does a room restart on death. Like. Come on! How do you get this far and not do that? I don't mean checkpoints. I don't mean the fact that it goes really far back, although that is an issue. But it's the fact that nothing happens. Like there's no like I don't explode. There's no like slow down or the screen goes gray or transition or anything or any like I don't know, like an arrow on the screen that says you died, like you know, doing anything there. It's so important and it's such a big win. Such a big win. I get that, you know, you've got for such a fancy aesthetic here, you might not have thought about how exactly you want to visualize that yet, so I can see how it like it's maybe taking you a little while to think how that should be a thing, but it is so important, such a big deal. So do I just like recharge this? Or no, we just die. Okay. Don't waste the energy. It's making me nervous. Like, I didn't know I even had a limited amount of energy. When I got to that point and I got like weird soul mode or whatever, I thought we were entering a scripted sequence. I thought that was like some sort of cutscene. Something's just like happening, right? Because all I've been told is like, oh, use left mouse to do an object wave. I'm like, cool, I'll do that. Oh, cool, it lets me see. I'll keep doing it then, so I can keep seeing. And then it's like, oh, you run out of energy that way. Oh, oh hey, I actually came back here this time. Is that because I wasn't out of energy? Look, a checkpoint's tied to my energy? Well, because I have to do it. Otherwise I can't see. Seeing is a very important part of playing a platformer. Can't even get up there, man. That's a tight jump. You hated how it looked? Right. But was it kind of absolutely essential to be able to play the game? If so, I don't care how it looks. It needed to be there. You only get to take it out when you implement the thing that looks better. You don't just get to take that out and be like, I will put that back in later when I've decided how to make it look good. For now, it's fine. It's not fine without it. Like, it's very important. Okay. Well, now I'm scared now because this game's not really telling me much, and this could just be like, this just kills me. It's done something, and it doesn't. I'm not being. The game isn't trying to suggest to me that it was a good thing. Why did I stop? Because I wanted to work out what was going on. Run through. Oh, like it's obvious. Like, oh yeah, two big deadly death beam looking things. Oh yeah, just run through both of them, it'll be fine. Don't you act like any of this is my fault. I'm not like, sometimes it's my fault. A lot of the time it's my fault. Alright? But I'm not taking the L on this one. Like... How much energy do I have? Who knows? Oh. Am I supposed to remember now? Just like, right, there's one there. We're just gonna have to try. We're gonna have to try and memorize it, aren't we? Like, this is just the big jump. Then what? Oh no. Okay. Oh, okay, so we can just jump, and that helps it a little bit. Jumping spreads like a few particles. It's not very good, but it's something. Okay, maybe we picked up some particles, maybe that's energy. And apparently we just run through these. Like, what's that about? Why? What is that, a puzzle? Is that a... What is that? What is this experience? What is this for? Tell me what this is for. I want to know, in your words, what is the purpose of these two beams? To teach me that I don't die. I did die! What do you mean it teaches me that I don't die? I ran through one and was like, oh, I'm running low on energy. Then I ran through the next one and I died. Like, what? 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 Was that a puzzle? What is that, to test my knowledge? I don't... What is it? Is it an important mechanic later that you run through something that hurts you and therefore have a limited time to run through several other things that would normally hurt you in order to get beyond the things that would hurt you? How is that I don't know that that's even like... Because I don't know that is that even like a mechanic that's going to be a big thing? Of take damage in order to, what, invincibility frame your way through the next few things? That's like putting like 10 spikes on the floor and being like, well, yeah, I wanted so the player would hit one spike and know that they could just run through the rest of the spikes. I'm just like, what? Pet the dog. Good job. Twitter loves it. It might be a mechanic. So you don't even know. What is this thing? Did that like do its own? I don't know. I feel like I could... Ooh. Slow time down? Or just stopped it entirely? Oh no. The idea as a mechanic of like echolocating like walls and stuff within anything is quite cool. The fact that it's limited use is... Like, it reminds me a little bit of what was like game Zach Bell did or whatever, Ink. Where is... Oh, wait. Am I trying to jump on... I swear there was a block. Oh. We needed to do that again to actually freeze them. Okay. Ah! Alright, it only lasts so long. Right. Why do I want to jump a moon block? Like... I can't see very well, right? Both because of the game and also just generally. But, like... Okay, Okay, so I kind of have to like do a few of these, but like I've kind of been taught that I don't really ever want to use this thing because if I do, I'll run out of life and die. Alright, it needs to be higher up. Now we gotta what, wait till it... I'm gonna like line it up. Oh, but I can't see them. Like it looks very pretty, but it's just not... It just doesn't work. Come on, right, come back. Oh, damn. It's quite fast. Like you don't have a like to actually time this right. It's quite tricky, and the fact that you can't then like once you've done it, you're committed to it until like it just turns off. Okay, we did it. We did it. Good job, everybody. As a team, we worked it out. Like, what are these blocks? I suppose they're there to block the laser, right? I did wonder that with the first set of blocks. I'm like, is that a platform? How come I can run through it? Because we run through it, but we didn't stand on it. So I don't feel like I've learned enough about these like blocks in general yet, until like a lot of dying has happened. This is my new way of walking forwards then. Since we have limited use thingies, like in case there's any pits, we just do this. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't the tutorial suggest to me that I don't die immediately? Oh, okay, there we go. We didn't. Never mind. Wait, how did... Well. Oh? Oh wait, no, I thought something happened to me, but no, I just died. I stopped again because I was dead! I was low on energy and there was a big beam in front of me. Last time I had to go like immediately, right? Don't you come at me with why, I'm coming at you with why. Why didn't you just know what to do? Okay. Was the dog even about anything, or is he just there for can you pet the dog Twitter points? And just occurring to me, I was like trying to think, like, was there any story in this? Oh yeah, there was a dog. We petted him. We just kind of moved at it. I don't know. Well, now what? What happened there? I don't know what happened there. Okay. Why do I have to take damage in order to progress? Right mouse to pull objects towards you. Like what? I mean, right click is making some particles appear. And of course, it costs the unknowable amount of energy. So randomly, one of those clicks will set me into a you're about to die state. Which one? Who knows? I don't even. Can we? This just freezes you. Some down arrows are happening. We fell through this. What are these big... I don't know. I don't understand the big eyes. They just sort of fire a laser at you and it seems bad, but also doesn't kill you. And there's a pit there. I think we get the idea. And we're going to move on. The art style is beautiful. Like, it's a really cool, interesting... I did not notice the enemies. Christ, I'm kind of glad I didn't. If I'm honest. You need any amount of playtesting. Any amount of playtesting would have taught you pretty much everything, every issue I had with this. The strength is the visuals, but also the weakness is the visual, because you're playing with a game that has a lot of darkness in it, right? And darkness is even part of the mechanics sometimes. But with that comes the problem that you can't see in the darkness, and therefore you don't know things. So you've got to be very, very careful with your level design. And your game design and the ability of the player to find out information. Like, if there is a limit on that, and I hate that there's a limit on that, but if there is a limit on that, the player needs to know what that is. You know, the player needs to, like, if you just give them a tool, and they use that tool and be like, oh, this lets me see in the dark, cool. They're just going to use it. And then they're going to run out of energy, which isn't even clear that that's what was happening. I thought, as I say, I thought it was like a scripted sequence, like a cutscene was going off or something. It was just like, oh, we've hit the point where we turn into weird shadow mode now. But no, I'd run out of power. I don't know how long it would have taken me to figure that out if you hadn't been there to say it. Think about that. Think about if you weren't here. Think about if you weren't here telling me the things that were going on, how long some of those bits would have gone on. Wow, clearly your playtesters were much more big brain than me. Like, it's not so much that the mechanics themselves were even hard to figure out. Like obviously it was an issue that I was like, it wasn't necessarily clear that it was happening with the energy thing. But it's the, like, I can't see, so I don't know where the pits are. So, but I've been given an ability that goes as light, so I'm going to use it. And then if that turns out to kill me, I'm just like, well, I don't know how many pits there are going to be. I don't know how often I'm expected to use this. I don't know if there's going to be... I don't know how often the game distributes energy or whatever, or how often I'm going to get it back. It's kind of like the start of a Souls game, you know, when you don't really used to, like, how often, like, bonfires appear. I'm trying to think how to phrase this better, because I don't think it's not so much an issue in working out that stuff. Some of it is an issue with working out that stuff and not telling me things, but it's, what is it? With the light thing, it's the mechanic itself, right? Why do you even run out of energy? Like, what's fun for the player about that? Like, is there some sense of satisfaction of thinking, oh, I only used 3 thingies to light my way? Like, is rote memorization of the path interesting? You know? The timing thing was weird because everything in the background is difficult to... The pit with the timing blocks or whatever... It wasn't clear that those were even platforms because you freeze it, but then you still can't see the platforms. You have to use the energy thing after freezing them in order to light them up. Eventually you get the idea because they look a bit similar to the other like platforms or whatever that you've walked through and maybe jumped on, even though you mostly run through them. But you get the idea like, oh, there must be a way to get across, you know? The 2 big light laser beams? Like, that's just a death trap. That's just, oh, I don't know what's going to happen here. Let's walk through one and test it out. Oh, I got hurt. Well, how do I get through the next one? Oh, I just die. And then, yeah, sure, maybe next time around I think, well, let's run through both of them, I guess. Let's just see if I can run through, because I can't think of anything else to do. But it's like, what? Why? Anyway, yeah, a lot to work on, I think, but I want to pull back a little bit from talking about all that stuff as well, just to talk about the general feel of it. The movement is kind of like very, your jump arc is very like spiky, and that's the other thing with you. We already talked about the pressing shift to make you jump higher. But like what? Your jump arc is like this versus like something like that. Like that's your shift one and that's like your normal one. In a way, it's probably good that you move slow when you're like working with the mechanics of like you can't really see very well and you're like you want to take your time and like gives you a little bit more time to not run off a cliff accidentally or whatever, right? But when it comes to then doing a pit that's like this big or whatever, jumping across it with these tiny little arcs feels quite feels like hard work, you know? I wouldn't be afraid of making like a little bit of a wider jump arc. But that might just be me personally. Anyway, let's move on. Thank you for the submission. It was interesting to look at. We had a lot to talk about. That's always good. Alright. Prio time. Is anyone above Pomo the dog here on this list? I doubt it, but just in case. JK, Osman, Seeds and Twigs, Escapade Games, Dans171, Lale Polo, Ken Forrest. You have until my Stream Deck timer runs out in about 15 seconds. This is assuming Pomo is still here. Bling bling. Well, none of those guys are in, but Pomo is here. There he is. Let's get your games up. LD47. Not even last Lundar. Oh, it's a stuck in a loop one. A tale of loopism. What is loopism? Is that a real word? Did we make this up? No, we made it up. Okay. I was hoping loopism was a word. This game may be a bit too... Gosh. WASD, shift, mouse, space, space in the air to double jump, space, hold space to jump higher. Okay. Mouse to look. Is it first person? I don't know. It doesn't... Spoiler-free link for Windows and Linux. Or is that all spoilers? MLG Pro Gamer list. Oh, oh, beat the game not on easy mode and post your final screen with your final time on it. The incentives. Is this actually what it is? It's like, it's not that you like this game more than your LD48 one or whatever. You're just like, this guy made me play depth. I'm gonna find my hardest LD game. And we're gonna make him play it. I hope so. How do you all motivate yourself to keep working on long projects? The truth is, you don't. Good luck. Largely speaking, anyway. There's a lot more to it than that, but generally speaking, you're already motivated because you want the thing, and your high motivation at the start of a project is there because you haven't been doing a lot of hard grunt work on it, and there's not a hard grunt work to immediately do. There's just fun exploration of an interesting new space. After a while, it's not going to be as fun anymore, and you've got to, if you still want the outcome of having the thing finished, then you've got to be able to do the thing even without the motivation to do it. That's difficult. That's very hard work. That's not to, I'm not encouraging crunching on the thing or like burning yourself out or working 1,000,000 hours a day. You gotta do your 10,000 hours, work, whatever. But you just gotta be prepared for the fact that the game won't always be fun to work on. Oh, I clicked easy mode thinking it would toggle it. But it started it instead. We'll at least listen to this. Actually, no. Start again. So I thought this would be like toggle. I love this menu, by the way. like why here? Why this? Why these exact coordinates for the easy mode and speedrun mode and play? Why the different font sizes as well? Like, I want to know what inspired just the exact positioning. And we decided, you know what? Nothing is coming below the halfway mark of the screen. Everything needs to sit above. Like, it's artistic. I feel like you could put the Fibonacci curve thing, like, over the top of this. Like, you know, like the spiral? I think you could put that, like... Hold up. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Is it called that? Is that the name of it? The golden spiral. Hang on. This is important. Hang on. Okay. Oh no, we'll need to be Photoshop. Hang on. Like this menu is artistic, and I wanna show you all. Like, I'm just impressed by the weighting. I know exactly what it is. He spent like it was LD. He spent 2 seconds on it, threw the items in there, and it is how it is. Like, it's not really an actual criticism. I should just get that out of the way. Hang on. This has taken too long to be worth the joke now, but we're committed. Oh, what? Oh. Okay. No, we need to invert that. There we go. It must line up. We've nailed. We've created. It's the perfect menu. I need this. I need this as like a thing on the on a button on Stream Deck that I can just put this over the top of people's menus in future. That's too good. Right. Anyway, right, the game. So we're gonna hit play.
Magni, something happened.
Something
It
happened.
got really strange
His voice,
readings
though.
during the last hours.
Hope
It
these
seems
volume
that
levels are good.
Something is not right with the planet mainframe. You should take a look inside the mainframe. We fear that the Cyber King has tried to hack it again.
This should be the thumbnail. It might be the thumbnail, actually. That's a good idea.
Hello there. Did you come here to stop me? Well, it's way too late for that.
Oh gosh, okay.
You see, I have blended my software with this planet's mainframe. So right now, I control your entire reality.
I can play
Shall we have
during
some
this. That's
fun
good.
Then? Let's see what you can do. Try to reach the next gym there by yourself.
Like in any other game or whatever, right? This would have been like a lot of text, and I'd be like, you know, the voice acting's cool and all, but it's like it's a lot with like anything else going on. But the fact, just the simplest way to do that, if you've got a lot of voiceover and a lot of stuff to do, is just put the player in the game and let them screw around while it's happening. You know, because it's not like I'm not doing anything while that's going off. I'm gonna be like, oh, getting used to the controls, playing around, some voiceovers going on. We've got this like huge space to play around with. Looks like we've got a little jumping puzzle, but with no like real penalty for failing it. It's good. I like this jump. Like the blue. Woo! Although it doesn't always like not if you're moving. I don't know. Like above a certain height or something, or from the floor maybe. Is that what? Oh, he has a double jump as well, isn't he? Let me hold it to go higher. Okay. Tricky thing that can be a slight issue, just navigating in space that looks like this. Shift and run as well. Of course. At least it came up. You know? Why does everyone add shift to run? I don't mean why do they pick the shift key. I mean like why does everyone add running things that like make you jump further? And then like most of the time it's like you never want to not hold it. I'm not saying this does that, maybe there is good reasons later, but it's just a trend I've noticed in general. It's definitely not gaming. Yeah, what was I gonna say before? So, like, the Tron sort of like cyber aesthetic in the walls and stuff is cool, but the platforms looking quite like dull and dark by comparison, especially like from the sides, like with the lighting and stuff, kind of makes them hard to spot in the environment. So there's a kind of a little bit of, it's okay because it's like it's 3D things, some expected amount. And you've got a mouse look, and you can kind of look around and find where you're going. But it's the sort of thing where you need to use your lighting and colors well to draw attention to where these platforms are, just so that there's less kind of possibility. Like, it's possible, like, because of how dark that is on the side here. Like, I could be here and be like, oh, how do I actually get down to there and not actually see this thing? You might think, well, it's right there, Shaun, but like, you'd be surprised, you know? People's eyes, including mine, as we've just demonstrated in that other game. Not always that good. Having a hard time hearing me? Is the audio, is the music too loud? Is that a bit better? It sounds fine on my end, so I'm just changing it on the screen. Oh, also there might be some echo. That's a good point. 1 second. Let me change. Put the RTX filter on. It's annoying because it makes my laugh sound all wheezy. You might have noticed it in some of my videos where I laughed and it was like hee hee or something a bit weird. In fact, I don't even know what that sounded like. Yeah, I don't know, it looked like it picked it up. But like it doesn't quite think my my laugh is like real human speech. So it like filters some of it out. But it's useful for these streams because it like otherwise my speakers are gonna echo. That's not bad. I'm surprised it wasn't complained about already. Man! I feel like I just like easily got that one before. Okay. Man, that is proper peak of height, actually. Oh, I got quite lucky there. For the first time, actually. You're in a meeting? Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's really tight. Look at that, like, quite early. What was the difference on easy mode? Is it level design? Oh, you can't hear me.
Hey, not bad. But don't get ahead of yourself. We are just getting started after all.
Well, that was, well, at least the start of that was significantly less tough. I guess it's more like, there will be death beams. Oh. Yeah. Can I just... No, yeah, of course we can, because we jump over the end one. God damn it. Gosh darn it. Alright, let's stop trying to be too clever. I feel like every time I come back to life, I've lost some jump height or something. The double jump gives you such a tiny extra bit of jump. So I think... I don't know, I'm gonna... I had a point I was gonna make, but I think I'll reserve judgment on it until we finish it. We'll get a lot further. But I'm thinking at the moment, like, what is... Was it necessary to have a double jump and a shift to run? Or could we have just made the jump as strong as the double jump gets you to and a single jump? Keeping the hold to jump mechanic, probably. And the amount of air control you have. Like, does anything make use of not running? Or being able to do things specifically only a double jump can do by, like, getting you under something and over something, you know?
You know, even though I will be using you for my own amusement for all eternity to come, I feel like we can become very good friends. Might as well start now, right? Let's see, do you like anime?
No.
No? Okay, never mind the whole friend thing then.
So do I want... Am I looking to get over it? I'm not sure where this level design wants me to go. I'm guessing... Like, we came in from over there. Is it, like, closed behind me? Sure we came in from above or something, right? I don't know. I'm guessing it's because if I die, I'm going to spawn near the bottom and then come up this, but it's like, I have, from where I am, it's like I can go down or I can go up, and I have to kind of look around. I think I just presume we want to go up. Ah, what? I didn't see one that hits there. I thought I was safe. Yeah, right, so now we're at the bottom. Do we just kind of want to go fast, or can we outpace them? There are some safe spots. It does look like as long as we keep actually moving in the circle, you're alright. But it's tricky. No, anyway, it's not true. I like exactly one anime. I like Hajime no Ippo, a boxing anime from the 80s. I feel like that's not generally what people mean when they say anime. That's as strictly true as it is. I don't think any other sports anime is gonna be as good. I think we peaked. Or shonen. Like, I think anime peaked at Hippo, and it's never getting better. I feel like sometimes you hit like the edge of a thing, and it gives you like a boost of height. Like that. Like maybe it resets your double jump or something, like just touching the edge. Lets you kind of like fly a bit. Shonen isn't that great generally, you're right. But Ippo is amazing. Mostly because as well, the main character is like the least interesting character. It's all about the people he fights, not himself. I feel like my issue with this bit is there doesn't seem to be much of a thought as to how the player would do it, other than just like, you tried it once and like it worked and you're just like, ah, well, that'll do. Yeah, I like the limbs. It's really hard to tell when I've done the double jump as well, just because it's so minor. And I'm like, have I done that? And I'm kind of like, find myself mashing space a bit sometimes. Like, I just don't really know where the things are gonna be or where is like safe. Other than the... Which is annoying because I feel like we got quite close to finishing it from the position it starts you at when you come into this room. Oh, well, it doesn't, I suppose. Maybe if he thought you would jump down to the floor and start from there, but no, I'm going to jump across to the platform, which is what I did. But now, actually coming up from the bottom is really hard. Try and learn the lasers. Well, it just seems like there's one on every level, and we just kind of got to go fast. There was the point where we felt safe, where we kind of came in from like there, and we like landed on top of there, and it felt like, oh, we can go from safe point to safe point if we kind of work it out. But nowhere is safe down here. Unless there is? No. I suppose we could try and like jump them as they come by to buy ourselves a bit more time. I like the death effect though. One thing I was saying, which we probably didn't hear, was did this game need the double jump and did it need shift to run? Or could it have just let you move at that speed all the time and let you jump to that specific height. They feel a little bit like the type of thing. I'm not not necessarily that it doesn't use it, because there's stuff we haven't reached yet. But like whenever I see those things in a game, they always feel a little bit like they feel a bit self-conscious. Like they've been added because the developer just didn't feel like there was going to be enough depth without them. Or maybe like they didn't trust their level design. So like, we'll give them like, oh, okay. We almost got to the safe one. But we should have looked backwards. Maybe we should, yeah. Yeah, like a little hover or something, but anything visually distinct would be good, just because it's such a small jump, it can be tricky to know, especially when you're looking at different angles and you're moving. Like in one of those jumps, I did the double jump. Can you tell which? You know, like. Right. Nah. Thought we were doing so well then. Okay. Well, those two are like opposite. What is tricky is trying to like... Some of them like pop through the floor like a tiny amount, and I'm like, is that gonna hit me? It seems like you're alright. No, wow, can you... Does that hit that whole platform and like is higher than your jump? Is that just the murder platform, where if you stay there too long, you just get murdered? Oh, that does hit you! Yeah, I am holding the space. It's hard because we're trying to isolate the peak of the jump and then add the double jump, like the max height. But I'm just wondering if, like, you couldn't have just made, like, just jump to the peak height, you know? Does he need a double jump? I feel like a lot of games use it extraneously, like, put a double jump in because platform games have double jumps. No. The problem is sometimes you jump high as well, and then it's like, well, now I'm committed to waiting to see if I fall. Waiting until I fall before I can, like, jump again. Like, I'm already doomed because I jumped too early. Because it's, like, actually a huge jump arc. Yeah. Oh, but I feel like that's just too high to actually get over there. I don't think you can wait there. I think you just got to get past it. No, we can wait there for an opportune time and then get up to. There. So we can wait until... We can get to here. Should be able to jump over this. Let that go by. Then go. Go. No, when we get to that next one, we should be able to jump over them, actually. We just need to get to that corner one. So, here. Jump over you. Let you go past. Jump. Jump again. Jump again. No, we could have done that. I don't know what to do after that. Maybe we can just get to the safe point after that. There is a safe point there. And that. No, no, wrong. Yeah, this is what I said when I was first loading it up. I was just like, oh, this looks like a really. It's talking about how hard it is. I'm like, and it's not the most recent LD game. It's this LD game from a year ago. Is he just sending me this because it's really hard? And because I sent him that? I mean, fair. Press double jump too early. Like, yeah, I think my main criticism of the way the controls work is the jump arc is huge. And, like, it's cool because you can do, like, all kinds of floaty control and stuff like that. I don't think that's the problem in and of itself. I kind of like being able to do that, and having massive air control is sick. Lets you do fun things, like with the level before, where there's, like, a laser wall and you can, like, jump around it. That's actually really fun and satisfying. But I don't think it needed... I think the double jump, first of all, visually isn't signposted, which makes it just hard to use. Especially when paired with, like, a hold to, like, a variable jump height thing. It's because, like, you really want to, like, the hold space and then tap it again is a bit of an awkward movement. And it's, like, not necessary for the challenges you have. It's just added mechanical complication. Which doesn't actually, like, make the thing you're doing more interesting, per se. Unless you use it in a very specific... Wow, we actually got under it that time. Are we okay? I think we're okay. Okay, we'll take a breather. This is where we started when we got into this area, because we started quite high up, so we just jumped over to here. And then I wondered, I was like, well, why does it go down and up? It looks like you have to go over. And I was like, oh, I bet if I die, I start at the bottom, don't I? Sure enough. Oh, of course I'll die now. Like, that's... Like, the rest looks pretty hard, you know? And I don't think there's any more... Oh, there is another safe spot. I think that corner is safe as well, wasn't it? But I expected that corner to be safe, and it wasn't, I think. So we let that go by. Oh, no, 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 no. Think we're okay? Please be okay. Yep. Yep. And then... Oh, I hope that third one down isn't a problem, but I think we can go after that one. Oh, I'm scared of that big one that goes around the outside for, like, no reason. I'm gonna let it go by. No! Ah! The stupid floor one! Floor lasers. How long have I been playing this for, actually? You have to be mindful about the existence of other people's games. Wait, did I just one-shot that? I think the key is I just don't pay attention. Alright. Okay, so there's the beam that goes around the outside. That's the one I was thinking. I think I was thinking too hard about the one that goes around the outside, but I'm sure it'll bum me later. So after that goes by 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, they come around at like the same time. God, that's annoying. I don't know if we can. I don't know if this works. No, that's too slow. Ugh. There's an easy mode. This just sends me back to when people were asking if you wanted a hint about the 3 holes puzzle in depth. You still there? Do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to just straight up tell you right now how the 3-hole puzzle works? So whenever you fall towards it, there's a very, very obvious rock that's just sitting by itself that could not possibly hit you because it's just very small. And it sits directly above the hole that you have to go into every time. And you just missed it every single time. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Oh yeah. We went off script there. You say that Super Gamers Games, I do think it's a bit rough. I don't actually like it anymore as a thing in the game because I do think I think it's out of sync with everything else in it. It's in sync with the tone, but it isn't in sync with the style of it, and I think it throws people off in it. I don't think I've not really seen anyone respond positively to it, you know? Like, sure, people work it out and just like, oh, I see, I work it out, but I don't think anyone, like, is like, oh, that's cool. You know? Like, it was in keeping with the tone that the game, it was meant to be mean, and it was kind of meant to be a little bit like, okay, something's going on here that it's not telling me, oh, okay, this is how I do, and try and get satisfaction out of it that way. But it just, like, especially after you've just done a bunch of things like the stairs and stuff like that that are hard in a very obvious way, in a very upfront, just like, here is the challenge, do me. The thing with the rock, like, I don't think it works as well. Funnily enough, there was another thing a bit like it further in the game that you just nailed instantly, which was there was like a grey rock with like a symbol on it that you have to like touch as like a button that opens the door. And you were just like, yeah, let's do that. Just like without even thinking about it. I think that one's just as bad though, because you're trained, the game has trained you not to touch things. Why would you want to then suddenly touch a rock? How do we do this one again? Let's just go after this, right? Just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. We even tried to correct, like, our angle. I don't know if maybe I could have gone faster. No, I think I'm gonna surrender. GG, outplayed. It's good though. Like, I think my main issue with it, do easy. We'll do easy if I can do it extremely fast. Lost the files. Viewer games. You know what, I'm just gonna... I can't navigate my own computer. Why have I resorted this by... What's it called? A Tale of Loopism. Is it in a folder? Folder called Loopism. Is it called LD47 something? I can't even find the files. I haven't seen the main mechanic. We're just gonna have to download it again. I don't even care. Maybe I didn't put it in the folder. No, it was there. But it didn't extract into a folder called... Oh, whatever. I haven't seen the main mechanic yet. I mean... If you're putting your main mechanic behind something like that... Like, I mean, I made depth, you know? I'm no stranger to hard games. I think making hard games for jams is fine. Yeah, it's just... the only reason I'm doing this is so that we reopen the folder. To be fair, they're in easy mode. Yeah, but that's not... I don't think that's ever... I don't know.
Magni, something happened. We got really strange readings during the last hours. It seems that something is not right with the planet mainframe. You should take a look inside the mainframe.
It's tricky, that kind of
Fear
stuff.
that the Cyber King has tried to hack it again.
So I don't know how familiar you are with a game called I Want to Be the Guy, and its various offspring of fan games that exist around it.
Way too late for that. You
But
see,
there is
I have blended my software with this planet's
shut up,
mainframe.
voice.
So right now, I control your entire
I'm trying to talk.
Show you some
Um,
fun, then. Let's
there was a fan game called I Want to Be the Boshi. Cool game. Pretty well made. There was, oh my god, I can't even do the basic jumping now. There was a jump in that game that you had to like just jump. There was just I don't know, it was just a typical thing. You walk forward a few, like 100 pixels, and a big circular thing like flies towards you from the right hand side of the screen, and you just have to jump over it, right? It's just part of the screen. You just have to jump over this thing, okay? Designer made it, tried it out, jumped over it, like, yeah, that's cool, going on the game. Little did he realize that it was a frame perfect jump. And he never tried it more than once. He just did it, nailed it on the first try, and was like, yeah, that's cool, stick that in the game. Seems about right. Ah. And then, you know, he kind of gets away with it because it's like meant to be kind of hard. But like that one jump though, it's specifically like for that whole room and area of the game. It's quite early on. Is just significantly harder than everything else in that like screen or area.
For all eternity to come. I feel like we can become very good friends. Might as well start now, right? Let's see, do you like anime? No? Okay, never mind.
We're not even gonna get like I can see how it's easier. Like they're like 10 times slower, but I'm just kind of like bulldozing it, and we're just dying to the beams anyway. Even though we should probably just outrun them. Oh, oh no! Shaun's lack of depth perception might get him killed. Okay.
You seem to be getting way too good at this. Let's see how you do it, Shaun.
Evil laughter are hard. Okay, is this the main mechanic? Oh my god.
You look so easy on TV.
Wait, this isn't the main. Oh my god. Okay. We turned it into Monkey Ball. With extremely slow, like, adjustments on the physics. Okay, that's a lot of lasers. Can we still jump? No. What? Wait, there's lasers all over the floor. Kind of hard to tell when you've died now because we don't have like the way the arms like go all dead and that because they aren't there anymore. Oh, okay. It's just about worked out though, that to be... okay, you can't touch that at all. The eyes go out, yeah. It is kind of right, it's a completely different kind of game. Well, not completely different. And that one giant spotlight following the player as well. Like the floor is super bright. Come on. Alright. We want to go... No. Bad ball. Ball, behave. Is this area different on easy mode as well? I don't know. I won't know what's changed from this point onwards. Well, there was an extraneous platform there. Ow. 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 Okay.
That was fun to
Oh, hook arms.
Here, as a reward, I'll give you your legs back.
Nope.
And I'll even throw in these sweet hook arms as a bonus.
I get the feeling that it was not to my advantage to have fallen down from there.
Chamber, alright?
Oh, oh, now it's Spider-Man 64. Let's go. What? Oh. Was there a Spider-Man 60? I don't know. It just felt right to say. Okay. Oh yeah, we can kind of do both at once, can't we? That's kind of cool. Yeah, you got like a whole platforming game before deciding, oh yeah, actually we're making a game about like swinging and stuff.
This is the moment I've been waiting for. Oh, I'm getting better at the evil laugh thing, huh? Tell you what.
No, bring me up. Up, 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 up,
I'll
up.
give you something real special on the next one. Sounds good? Well, good luck. You're gonna need it.
How even is this hell? Is this one differently easy? It's pretty intense. Yeah, the bitrate will take a hit. Visual noise is a thing. The giant spinny laser thing. Hype that you got like at least like 15 or so people to finish it though. No, I thought it went first. It's kind of hard to tell how far it goes. I'm curious. Nah, it won't work. I was like, maybe you can get over the top. It's like you have to wait for the physics to kind of settle down. I can't remember which arm is which. I almost wish they were like different colors. I don't know, just because the ball changes direction quite a lot. So it's a little bit tricky to sometimes remember like which is his left arm and which is his right. Without taking... Shit. Okay. Okay. Let's just chill out. Alright. That's my left arm. This is my right arm. Take your left arm and... Ah. It's quite satisfying to actually do like a connected series of these though. Wait, where do I... Wait. Grim. Hang on. It's just occurred to me. We gotta go down. I don't want to go down. Up feels safe. Don't like gravity. Hold up, what? You want me to do what now? Dude, we're not even gonna do this on easy, are we? What? There's a shadow. I'm not seeing the... yeah. I can just... This is what I was saying right at the start of the game. Go with like the black and bright colors thing, and then like dark shadowy platforms. It's a little bit hard to see them. I actually thought that was... I think when I'm looking at it like this, it felt like it was past, like depth-wise, like past the red, but it's only the shadow on the floor that kind of clears that up. Christ, can we even reach it though? Ah. Oh. At least we just sort of hero swang our way back to this bit. This is the last level. Would be fun to speedrun actually. But need momentum. No. Oh, we actually got a double jump off. I'll take it.
Hey, you did it! Congratulations! Here's the reward I promised you. It's a nugget! Now, if you don't mind, I'm getting a bit bored. I think I'm gonna go watch some
That's spinny arms.
I mean sports! Yeah, I'm gonna watch some sports, some big, manly, sweaty sports, yeah. So, do whatever you want.
Rotating to the... To escape the loop. So now it sends you, it's the beginning! It's the theme! It's a simple puzzle, he says. Oh, I'll go for it, okay. Right, of course, because you probably want the player to be like, oh my god, it's a loop! And experience the loop for a moment, so it makes sense that it's not just right there. At least we still have this mechanic, so we can just sort of bypass the doing of the levels. Ah, screw you, room! We have... Ah. Foolish robot accidentally opened his ceiling vent. Oh. But we can't actually make our way out. Yeah. I capture. We're doing it. We're getting. There we go.
Give the Cyber King another chance. Let's go.
Nice. You won the game! Easy mode victory. Final time, too many. It's good. Especially because of the main mechanic. Like, that just reinforces my belief that you didn't really need... Actually, I kind of give you the double jump in retrospect. But I feel like it doesn't need the shift thing, and I'm not sure it really needs the variable jump height either. And I think when you're going to do something that's already as wacky and crazy as that, you kind of want the rest of it to be as like simplified as possible. It's really good though. Like the platforming levels were good as well. To be fair, like the platforming levels were fine, but then it just transformed into a different type of game. But the different type of game was also good. It was just a different type of game. Congrats, sir, on the tier 1 sub. You made the robot and then made levels, right? Okay, it's all a bit jammed, sure. Yeah, I give you the double jump in retrospect just because like with the swinging, it's very useful to be able to swing and then like do a thing, right? So you're not just constrained to where you swing. There, it's a lot more useful and a lot more meaningful. In the platforming segment, it's just annoying because it's just a thing you have to remember to do to get the most out of your jump, and not a thing that really adds to the doing of the jump, you know? IMO. But we'll come back and get on this list eventually. Thank you, sir. Right, that was Cryo, right? Raffle, raffle, raffle. Raffle, raffle, raffle. God, that game took way too long. It's like half four. But at least we've got a few more in now. Wait. Streamlabs. 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 Oh, being broken. I hit the wrong button. And now Streamlabs is very confused. Come back, Stream. Come back to me. We need you. Is there any way to make the raffle timer less than a minute? Using the Streamlabs one? I'm gonna be like 10 seconds. I mean, like, go. Either way, use the join command now. Assuming you have submitted a game, it is on this list, invisible and in white. Submit now for a chance to have your video game played for this fine audience of 66 folks who somehow landed on my Twitch page. It's a trivia game where questions are based on stats. I hate it already. I know what your games are like. Hey. No, we still use the Google form, but it like we have upgraded the system though. Poltsy. Sniping in, just casually dropping by. With your game submitted a whole 10 minutes ago. While everyone else is like, ah! Voxel Tower. We played this, haven't we? Alright. You gotta tell me now, what's changed? It's so obvious. Was it the middle of two hours? Nah, it wasn't, man. What was great, right, is some people not knowing it while I was making the game or playing it on the stream, and other people coming into the chat and being like, dude, how does the rocks work? And then I'd play the game in front of them and be like, and I would just go into the correct hole and I'd just be like, oh man, how did I know it was the correct hole? That was a lot of fun. It's never in the middle of two holes, it's always over one. I grant that sometimes from different weird angles, especially if you've hit a wall recently and you've got the blur effect on, like it can look like it's like perspective can be kind of hard to judge. I think originally I had the rock closer to it, but then it was like harder to get under it. I only reluctantly agree that it's a bad mechanic as well. I still like the idea of it a lot. Grid expands, there's some base building. Unlock towers as you progress. Read the description on the page. It's 2 lines long. Middle mouse to rotate, WASD key to move. Click on towers once placed to bring up upgrade UI. Alright. Unless you meant in here, no. Windows has protected my PC. We worked it out before, right? What's this screen about? Me. Why were there two tiles here that we could place the thing on? That happened to be in like the worst possible place for towers. Holy crap. Do we have any? Oh, we have like no money. Well, this is unfortunate. Oh, escape immediately closes it down, because of course it does. Never press escape. Never press escape or R without knowing what they're going to do in one of these games, Shaun. We know this by now. Right. Yeah, I seem to remember there was just like a level before, right? And so, wait, why are these here? Why am I able to, like, I'm only going to regret. Okay, it's like kind of random as well. Well, that's like real short. Well, that's a leak. Excuse me? Oh yeah, we got. That's Q and E. I'm not sure how. I feel like I would have put the zoom on Q and E. I know we're about to like die or whatever, but I'm just. Alright, we have to keep clicking on the thing. So, I assumed that the green was like a wall space, but it's like not. Like this is just showing the path they're going to take. Because no, I don't understand. Why are they doing this path? If you can place walls and change the. Also, what's the life of my thing? That's been hit like 8 times. There's no like, how alive am I? Oh yeah, there is. We were just zoomed out. Oh, it's zoomed in. Q and E is generally up and down in what universe? You make the skybox is a bit disorientating, like because there's really dark colors on the back of it as well, and then like having like a really bright contrast, like white and like spectra lines, um, behind it. It's like it draws more attention than the game does a little bit, just because it's like very high contrast compared to the game. Wouldn't slow it down. Oh, but this can also what? 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 The thing with that is like I can't visualize what change I'm gonna make to it because I don't understand the basic path. Because like, why is it an L-shaped path to begin with? Like, if this is just a visualization of the path they're gonna take, why are they taking that path? Why are they not just going to here? If there was like in a lot of like maze tower defense games, like they'll have like an empty field and like a spawning point, and then it'll have like an A, a B, and a thing that makes you leak, right? And they would go from that to A and to B and then to the thing. Here, there's just sort of an arbitrary path that we don't really understand all the rules of, that we can manipulate. I love mazing tower defense games. Like that's my favorite variety of tower defense games. I love coming up with like weird complex mazes that things take forever to get through. Um, but I need to understand the basics of how it works relatively quickly. I need an indication of where they're going to start, where they're going to go to, and why, so that I can then understand how the things I place will affect that. Because, like, why did I bounce them around there? Why not necessarily around there? They're just taking the shortest path, but then they don't initially take the shortest path. Or do they? I guess in a way, and like on a grid, if they can't move diagonally, maybe an L shape is the shortest path. Oh my, what? Sorry? Do I need to spell out the issue with this particular generation? Okay, so I guess it's just that it's anti-intuitive. Because, like, because of it being an L shape. And maybe there's something communicated early on that they're going to take the shortest path. Because it's not, even once you, like, when you know that, like, that's fair enough. But, like, I don't think a lot of people are going to know off the bat that an L shape is the shortest path or whatever, right? Like, you know it because you wrote it and you tried it and that's how it worked out. And I don't necessarily know that they can't move diagonally at all or whatever, you know? That's free. Well, I guess we'll get that. It's free real estate, as it were. Um. Oh, did we accidentally place a? Oh, I don't know. The menu keeps like moving around. This is. I don't really know where to start with this. Like, oh, we crashed it. Q and E for moving up and down. Yeah, that's and then A and D for this is weird. It feels like you only did that because you realized you needed to move up and down after you did W and S for zoom. Like, right, pause. Hold up. Hold the phone. No, I clicked what? Whatever. I suppose a turret is a wall. Whatever. Wait, they can miss? Uh, oh, and they can't shoot through the walls? Uh, this is hard to get started with. Right, can I just die? It's quite hard to die. No, no, it's not. Pause. I appreciate the idea of trying to mix it up by procedurally generating the thing, but you need to be very careful with that. You know, reasons we just demonstrated with the being really close together one. Maybe make a fixed distance or something like that, you know? They're always going to take the shortest distance, so I don't think mazing at the start's really effective if I've got not much money. I think it's just a matter of like. We can afford another tower? Oh yeah. E. No, I clicked wall. God damn it. But now that we've done that, in theory, oh, well, now it's just instantly become overbearing a bit too quickly. I don't really have much time to be able to think about anything. Maze games, you need a lot of time to think. I'm like wanting to play with more APM than I used to play StarCraft. Like, yeah, I know. Click the towers. I get it. I like the changing bullet effects. We just have this one. Oh, are we gonna unlock places with ore, which we don't have yet? Okay. Ah, I keep accidentally picking that one for some reason. Wait, why are they going down? What? Where are they? Oh, there's more of the map. Damn it. Oh, this is unfortunate. It's cool when it gets going, you know? Like, I mean, any tired offensive. Clarity is important. You know, the fact that when you click these things and you place one of them and then it's like gone, you kind of want to click this and then be in placing that mode so I can like place a whole bunch, right? I can place a whole bunch down. God damn, I pressed escape because I wanted to cancel not building the thing and upgrade the thing, but I just closed the game now. But yeah, for a lot of little issues there. But I like that it's taken a more interesting direction from what it was last time. It just takes a long time to get there at the moment because it's hard to work out what you want to do. Hard to realize sometimes if you're seeing the whole map at once. Definitely start the camera, like seeing everything maybe a little bit more zoomed out than it is initially. Um, the generation is rough for sure. And I wouldn't create the path the way you do. The way you create the path implies that the green is wall, right? It implies that the green is wall and that the brown is path. And that was the really confusing thing off the bat where it started moving around because I realized, oh, that's not like the road, that's not like the map or whatever, like that kind of tower defense. That's the path they're taking, okay? So you want to find some other way to draw that, I think. I don't know whether it's like a little particle trail along the or like an arrow, or like a dotted trail thing along the ground. Do you get what I mean? Though, like the fact that it's just like a sunken down, like into the 3D terrain look makes it feel like the green is what, and then it's obviously not because when you start splitting the world, they're on the green and so on. But like that added to the compounding issue of me just being a bit like, what? That's the start of it, right? Those are your big issues at the moment. Honestly, the game, I kind of like how you've reduced it. At least, I don't know when ore comes into play, but at least you've reduced it to just this one tower that you just sort of upgrade, and it's kind of a chill Because like you don't have to worry too much then. It's just like get towers, upgrade them now and again, and that's just good. And you can spend more time thinking about clever pathing. Clever pathing's really interesting. That's why I like maze tower defense games, because I think the mazing thing and trying to work out how to create a cool, interesting path, especially around like a randomly generated set of things, like positions that they go to and so on, and creating these spirals and things like that, is very interesting. Especially if you can make them like loop around things multiple times and stuff like that. It's very cool. And that's like, there's a lot of depth there. Whereas when it's just about like placing the correct towers in the right place, just making sure their numbers are the best numbers, it's less interesting. So I do like that aspect of it a lot. But yeah, a long way to go with getting, as you say, the onboarding right, which is a very, very big deal in those kind of games. You get me on there though, and we're golden because I'll just sit and it's cool. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I also wasn't feeling the background, like like the game bit was too like was quite dark, other than the particle effects and stuff, and then there's like this weird, really high contrast background of like black, which is obviously dark, yeah, but then like white lines in it, which is just a bit. I'd have almost preferred it all black in the background, or just something a bit more chill, or just a higher contrast foreground at least. All right, that's game done. It's almost 5 o'clock. We'll do a couple more. Priorito time. I'm gonna guess that it's gonna be Allison, but we're gonna throw up a timer for JG Usman, Seeds and Twigs, Escapade Games, Dan's 171, Lale Polo, or Ken Forrest if they happen to be here in the next 15 seconds. If they're not, then it's Allison. Scooty scooty. Blink blink. It is your game. Gotta get it on Steam. Steam has a tendency to ruin my OBS bandwidth, but we'll see what happens. This is where we find out, did anyone steal the key? They did not. It's an unusual, like, I was surprised it even happened the one time it did. With like such a small audience, you know? Like, if this was a stream with like thousands of viewers or whatever, I'd be less surprised. Well, you probably always have like, I don't know, I suppose no one's written the bot yet that can like scrape codes from like video footage frames or whatever. Someone will do that eventually. And then you won't ever be able to even have them on screen. Revolver and Co. Jackadink. Press A to begin. Do I have to pick up a controller? I'm gonna make me pick up a controller. I'm gonna press A on my keyboard now. Ugh. Mouse and keyboard also work. Alright. So they do. How would I know that if it said press A to start? Maybe it thinks because it might actually be making some assumptions because my arcade stick's plugged in. Ooh. It's giving me steampunk, what's it, vibe. The one that's kind of like a Worms game in space. What's it called? SteamWorld, not Dig. SteamWorld Heist. I never actually played the Dig one. Currency conversion. I like this what? So I'm going to assume it's like USD. or whatever, like, otherwise. But there's something about that it being none. Unless it's like a made-up currency you use. Where it's like... just something about that being just like, yes, the normal currency. it's just so strange. Would you like one of the fancy custom currencies? Or would you like norm US dollar? The human currency? Would you like human money? Imperial distance? Oh god. Hide or share? Oh god, picture. Okay. That's interesting. It's one of these. If in doubt. Oh, but we're doing the new age adverts. They are good. I do like them. When there's a lot all together like this, it was almost a little bit weaker. But I mean, it is just like all three of them. Yeah, I get the idea. Alright, so it's keyboard, mouse, or game. True, we can just play the whole thing with the mouse. Adders. I don't really know what this game is. Nope. No. Sure. There was a lot of text and numbers on the screen that I don't have any context for that, you know. This is cool. Corvinia. Am I in like a dustbin, or is that? Oh no, it's like a skirt. But it's kind of like I'm walking along in a bin. Insert the number you think is accurate in your guess panel and then fire. You will lose ammo based on the difference between the number you... Oh, I don't know. Oh, like, there was this like this game with like guns and some stuff in it, and I forgot. It's another friggin' trivia game from Allison. I don't know things. No, I can't even pronounce his name. He's just the guy people have on t-shirts sometimes. I don't know. So yeah, sucks to be me then. I guess that's how it be. I kind of like how it's a bar though. 55. I was thinking it was probably actually gonna be quite young, but I had no idea. Oh, 60 now. How much do I have? Oh, A4. What are all, oh, these are like power-ups, I'm guessing. It's at least 9. In fact, I'm sure I read a story recently that was 12. And that wasn't, and they didn't make mention of it being the most ever, so it's got to be more than 12. And it, oh, wait. Yeah, that's a good point. It doesn't say in one go. So it could actually be way more. We go with like one a year. Go from somewhere between like I don't know, age I was in probably dark age nonsense from like age 16 up through like 30. I would assume like 14. No twins. $40. You'd actually say 40. I think I'm gonna go more conservatively than that. I'm gonna go for 20. What? Nice. That is unexpected on many levels. Shoutouts to her for stopping exactly then. Memeing her way into the history books. Do you know kids? There are kids now that like just think 69 is a meme number without, but that nobody knows why. That's a thing. Like kids will see 69 or something, they'll go nice, and then you'll be like, wait, I don't know what that means. They'll be like, well, it's like a meme, right? You just say nice when the number comes up. Yeah, but you know why? It's a meme. You know? I've never watched the show. I'm only like tangentially aware that this is the name of something that has ever appeared on television. I'm just gonna get 69 every time. It's not a bad guess, turns out. How do we even get the power-ups? Oh, maybe like now? Gambit used? We used a thing? I don't remember using a thing. Maybe I accidentally clicked a thing. Don't guess 0. I'm not gonna guess 0. Can you guess 0? Is Calyrex the name of a Pokemon, or is that the name of like the Pokedex of that generation? And oh wow, yeah, I've just noticed. The slider is gone. Now we just input a number from 1 to 10 billion. Okay. I preferred the slider. I liked having like an upper range of like reasonable possibility. Obviously 10 billion is not within that space. Future. That could mean anything though, because that could mean like so any numbers after Calyrex don't count. Generation 8. There are 8 generations? That's how behind I am on Pokemon. Is that the latest one? That Sword Shield? It was 800-ish. Did they add 200? I don't know. I'm not sure they added 200 more. But we can't afford to be more than 100 off. Oh, though, does that not how that works now? Order of magnitude is the most important factor in your answer. One significant figure is all you need. Okay. I'm gonna go. Nice. Like that. I think that's as good as we could have hoped to get that. Number of inmates in the Bastille. What's a Bastille? Why do you go from cool Pokemon question to a thing I don't know what it is from a date literally 200 years before I was born? I don't know what it was. So how many do I lost 24 ammo? I wonder how that's calculated. See, it felt clear before. It was like, oh, the difference between the bar and the thing. But now we're going all silly with our 1 to 10 billion. It kind of works though. You've done some maths. You've made it like a smart number to lose or whatever. It's fine. Perfect score. Oh, isn't this like 300? 300, right? Actually, new one. The number of cars will. Like, from that. Number of cars worldwide. I hope this is like incrementing, so when I put it in, the number comes up and it's like ticking up like over time. 3 billion? Halsey says it's 3 billion. Everyone in chat blame him. Halsey! Actually, it was actually not far off in terms of the magnitude, at least. Well, I say that. I mean, 3 billion is kind of a lot more than 620 million. But the physical number looks quite close to the other number, so it's okay. I like the amount of score we would lose for getting the difference between like 7 and 70 is the same, roughly, as the amount of score we lose between 620 million and 3 billion. Google says it's 1.4. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, we're gonna check all the stats on these. What's Gambit? What does that mean? Apparently I used it. I don't remember using it. We'll do one more round. Okay, just giving me an upgrade. 5. But that means, but there was a tick next to the other ones that said like, I didn't use that either. Confused. Yeah, I love the art and everything. The presentation of it's great. It's all well scaled. It's all just generally well executed. I do like these bars, and like the input thing is great as well. Even like the 10 billion one. I like this one more. I like having the nice upper bound, but the other one was cool as well because it was kind of funny and silly how that is. Number of feet in a yard. Honestly, I'm in the country that still cares about that kind of thing, and I don't even know. It's 3? Better be. It sounds right. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I think just thinking about the physical distances involved, that would make sense. Number of calories in an apple. It's not going to be over 50, right? Is it? Like, there's like 70 in like a couple of slices of bread, right? What would... Guesses in the chat here, literally from 1. Someone's like 120, and it only goes up to 100. 69. 95. Yeah, makes sense, I guess. To be fair, any number between my guess, if I was asked that, like just by someone, how many calories do you think are in an apple? I would have said somewhere between 1 and 100. Well, not between 1, but like I would have said between like 20 and 100, which is just like most of the range I'm allowed to guess between. Oh, and no, man. I haven't, like, I don't think I feel like it's gonna be like really high or something. I'm gonna go... Okay. I thought that was gonna be like just the way, just as a question, I thought it was gonna be surprisingly high. $100. Oops. Probably should use the goggles, right? I mean, I feel like I'm being tricked. Oh, if no aces are involved. Well, you bust after, you can't get 29. You bust after 21. Surely it's still 21. But you bust after... The whole idea of blackjack is you bust after 21, right? You bust on 30, but you... Stupid question. Explain. Oh, it has an X because you didn't use it. But beneath, I also didn't use the goggles or nukes. Tick for no goggles used, but X for gam. So it's the opposite. That is so stupid, and you know it. I didn't use Gambit. What's Gambit? She's an X-Men character. Right, but I didn't use it, so why does it say X Gambit used and tick no goggles used when both should be the same thing, because they are both things I did not use? This is the issue I have. Like, where's the consistency? X for Gambit used because I didn't use it. Tick for no goggles used because that's... Are you hearing yourself? Are you hearing the... Are you reading the words you're typing right now? Do you not see the issue? Tell me you see the issue. Tell me you understand the problem. Please tell me you see what... Are you... The other way around for each thing. Why would you say, like, okay, we need a thing to say whether or not you use Gambit used, so we'll put some text that says Gambit used, and we'll put an X there, and it'll make it a tick if you did use the Gambit. Oh, and we also need to do something for if you used the goggles, so we'll write no goggles used, and then we'll put a tick next to it if you didn't use the goggles, but you'll get an... Okay, okay. So it's because you want to reward using the gambit, but you want to penalize or say that it's not as good if you had to use the goggles. Right. But it's still, at this stage of the game, insane, insane to frame it this way. Designed. You could not have made it. You could not have tried. I can't think of a way you could intentionally make it more confusing. No, no, you stay out of this, Sisaki. You just want to be justified for your game being a confusing mess like 4 games back. You want to be like, ah, see, yeah, he just doesn't get it. He's like, yeah, yeah, that's all it is. My game was actually totally fine. Yeah, yeah. See, like, yeah, listen, I understood. It's dumb. Because there are 3 power-ups. So I'm just like, okay, there's 3 power-ups. So what? Like, it's. So I'm incentivized to use one, but not incentivized to use the other. And at this stage, because I haven't been exposed to them yet, they're not there. Take a crossback thing described. Yeah. Do I need to describe the problem in fewer words? Maybe when we don't have these goddamn powers in the game and we don't have any context for what any of this fucking thing means, and we're confused because we think we're using a power that we're not using, and this thing is ticked because we've got 3 things here that say use, and we've got to spot the word no individually on 2 different things, and the ticks, and there's an inverse reason for why they're listed in this way. Maybe, just maybe, we could consider not showing these things in the first place on levels when they're not even relevant, when you don't even have those powers accessible to you. Why would we throw this info at me? Just to confuse me. The game is great. It's very fun. It's very well put together. It's well executed. The menus are really nice. It's well polished. The questions are a little bit random, but it's good. I like the little text in between. It's nice. It's all very fun. The framing of those 3 words is absolutely stupid and completely unacceptable. I will not budge from that position. Oh, what you got? Because you could use the same visualization and then still, like, reward one or the other, you know? Because you could say, oh, if you get a star for that or whatever, you could have the star be next to the thing and be like, okay, the star pops up when you used it, but it's still, like, comes up. Or you could be like, even better, even better still, you could have, like, nothing, empty here. And then when you get a thing that rewards you points, you bring up that piece of relevant information. So like, oh, you used Gambit, so you gain a star. Oh, you didn't use this, so you gain a star. Oh, you didn't use it, so you gain a star. Instead of using this stupid tick, green, red, no inverse nonsense. That doesn't make any sense, and it's literally 1 sentence and then 2 sentences that mean the opposite thing right next to one another with colored highlighting. Check my stream thumbnail before it's gone? Or is it just me being angry? It's not mandatory at all. There are 1,000 ways you could better show that on screen. 1,000! And you know, like, you must accept that there are better ways to show that information than the way you did. You must. No matter how hard you're fighting it, you must. You're not that stupid. You must know. You must. I cannot accept that you don't realize that there are better ways to show that information. But you're not budging on it, so we're just gonna move on. Well, that's useless now anyway, but we'll keep it blacked out anyway. Quintuple negatives are all. Alright. Uh, we can do one more. I think we're gonna do one more today. Complete. We'll click the right buttons this time. Start giveaway. If you've got a game on the list, use exclamation mark join. As long as you're one of these people in the white. What do you mean that you tell me that's the same? I said that. I said it shouldn't be on. Yeah, that's a good point. Rickman uses the exact same words I used to describe. Like I said, it could come up in like individual like. It could come up in sequence of like here is your score, and like like it does in Hitman. Like you do Hitman, and like it comes up at the end, like score comes up, and it's just like, also you weren't spotted, plus 1,000, also this, plus 1,000, also plus this, plus and it counts it up that way, and it's all extremely clear. Instead of using a bunch of things that are all on screen at the same time with ticks, and the word no is the key part. Ugh, so dumb. Right, Dev DCM. Congratulations, sir. Oops. Get out of my stream, you troll. Alright, which version of this are we downloading? Space Enemy beta version 0.1.2. Shmup that attempts to match the arcade aesthetic of games like Galaga and Centipede. This is the last game for today, yeah. About 600 seconds. I thought that'd be shorter than that. Oh, it deletes all your messages. Stay 3 hours. Can we full screen this? Oh, like that, I guess. Press enter. Hang on. Where is it? Do I have a gamepad connected? Yes, technically. But I started again without it. Okay. Well, there's the moon, and I'm not quite ready yet, so let's... Oh, no, little buttons in the corner, cool. Let me make this bigger, actually. So did it not matter those? They look like they're gonna crash into the earth or do something bad, but seems like it's just kind of okay. Get ready? Oh, we just... Level 3? Oh, really? Okay. I very rarely like this kind of like curved like fake CRT effect, but I think as a single screen game it's kind of alright. Is this meant to be like a star field? I'm not, or is it just like indicating... Oh, we can just hold that. Is there any reason for me to not hold it? I wasn't sure what was causing that bar to go down because it was very small. I thought at first it might be related to my shooting, but you might be right. Alright, though it does not explain. Yeah, I very rarely like this aesthetic, but I think it's kind of okay when it's on like a single screen arcadey style game. It's a bit extreme for my taste as well. I mean, I say my taste doesn't like it generally, but it's like it's very curved, you know? I guess that's always like a personal thing. We're at level 9, and I feel like I kind of just move in front of the thing and hold the K button. I'm not sure if it's a shot every... It might be a shot every frame. I don't know. Feels like the FPS is higher than that. Especially the rate at which the score is increasing. Yeah, I don't think it can be. Yeah, not nowhere near. Although you're getting a point every frame, and it would mean the game is running like 10 FPS. Frame timer that increases. Um. Oh. There was multiple things there for a moment. The thing is, it's like, I feel like I can either do it or I can't if it's all just about shooting these things before they get here. And it's just like, either there's too many, and maybe I have to react with a bomb thing, which I have in limited supply. Or it's just one thing I just sit in front of, you know? The feel and aesthetic of it's all, like, nice, you know? The moon things are a bit roughly drawn, and it's not quite clear, like, if they're damaging me or whatever when they get past, because at most what's happening is that blue bar is going down. Like, they're not actually, like... There's no, like, crashing into the earth sound effect or, like, explosion or anything like that, you know? So it's just sort of, they disappear and I'm left to be like, did that do something? It's like a little more interesting when there's more things, but at the same time it feels just a bit like it's either going to be... Oh, do I have to like shoot the bomb or something? Okay. What does that do? Oh. sort of interesting, I guess. But now I'm out of it. Oh yeah, the green bar. Well, this feels like it's escalated somewhat. But it escalated to a point where I'm just like, well, now I don't really know what to do. There's no, like, nice middle ground. Yeah, let's not get too hard on the backseat feedback giving. Like, I know I'm pretty rough sometimes, but like, I do put a lot of time and thought into the feedback that I give, like, and the style in which I do it. And making sure it is appropriate usually to the developer of whoever is making the thing and relevant to them and whatever their skill level is and so on. So, I'm not super keen on the Twitch chat. Sometimes being there like, wow, now it's our turn to all like rip on this game or whatever. Leave the feedback giving to the feedback giver. Oh, you die. That's well, I like this screen. It's very just ominous. Triple dot. Oh yeah, I'm allowed to rip on it. That's fine. I'm just saying the chat aren't allowed. Oh yeah, my bullet firing did definitely increase over time. Yeah, it's a like I like this aesthetically. I think it needs more feedback when like there's not even a sound effect, right? Like that just crept down like a tiny amount, and it's at the very top corner periphery of the screen, like which I mean that for the bar itself is fine, but like visual effect on the bar, so I'm seeing that something is happening with the bar, but something happening down here, so I get the context of what's happening, because it kind of just looks like the Earth is moving through space, and also the planets just kind of go past it, you know? There's no, like, they don't crash into the planet, or anything like that, which I'm guessing is the idea. Um, it could scale up faster, but also, like, when it does scale up, it scales up a bit too much. It feels like it goes from, like, one really slow thing that you just sit in front of to, like, 3 or 4 going really quickly, which is like this is like well yeah I was gonna say like those two would have been fine, but like it's just so a lot. So I would
Thank you for the feedback. In all seriousness, it'll see what we can do.
thanks for the 200 bits. I want to make one tiny point. It is, despite how much I was ranting about that thing, it was a very minor aspect of the game, and the game all in all was very good. Anyway, back to what I was saying about this. Is this meant to be a star field as well? These dots going down here, because obviously the issue with that, if they are, is that one, they go in front of the Earth, which they should probably go behind it. Secondly, they're all aligned perfectly with one another. I don't know. Like that makes me think that maybe it's not intended to be that way, and it's some I don't know what it's intended to be if that's the case. But you know, just randomize them a bit, make them move apart, make some move different speeds to others, and so on. You know, it's not hard to get a nice looking like retro Starfield, you know, but. They were an older aesthetic choice that I wanted you to show you that you were moving. Instead, I'd probably, I don't know that it works. I think it just looks like a badly done stuff. it does kind of communicate that like the Earth is moving through space a bit or whatever, you know? But largely it just, and wow, look, I didn't even play there, and then we got to like level 9, so that's probably an issue as well, right? It's not about me being safe so much as like the planet just doesn't die that quickly, I guess. Aesthetically, I think you're on a decent track. I think I think I would just put in a star field that moves in the background. I think that would convey the image across fairly well, and it's easy to do. Very easy to do. I do it in a lot of games just because, like, I like setting games in space because it's like, oh, cool, for the background, I just need to do a cheap star field. Um, yeah, you do like a parallax, essentially just like a bunch of dots, different brightnesses, moving at different speeds. That's really it. Um, Obviously, you said you understand the balancing needs some work, but like, I don't know if there's enough legs and just thing moves towards you and you shoot it or not. I think it probably is going to need more. I don't know if it's just things that move in weird patterns or whatever. Or, I don't know. I think it probably needs something else to really have much of a longevity of playtime. Um, the sound effects are good. I think it needs something more overall. I don't know what that would be. In terms of like the mechanics and the gameplay. I don't want to be specific because I don't want to like say you should do this or give you the impression that you should do something. And even if I say something and you understand that, it can sometimes be like, well, now I can't come up with my own thing because I'm just thinking about that one thing he said about. So I don't want to tell you what I would necessarily think to do. But I think it does need some more, like generally in terms of like things you have to do or things that the enemies do and so on. So there's that. I don't think that the dots coming down, I don't think they convey a particularly like I don't you know what you were trying to go for there. I don't think they were necessarily like a retro aesthetic thing that necessarily I didn't come across to me. I didn't really get what it was going for. I think a Starfield would work better. Three, the when the planets go past you or whatever, the failure state of them getting too far down, there needs to be feedback. A million and one ways you can approach that. How you do it is up to you, but there needs to be something that goes on there. At the very minimum, a sound effect to indicate that a bad thing happened. Right, the bare minimum. Um, but you could go all the way with that. You can make the bar flash, you can make the thing actually play an explosion sound effect, you can make the earth thing in the background shake a little. You could really you could spend a month of development well, probably not a month, but a lot of development on that thing alone, right? And it's probably worth it, like most of those things. You can go a long way there. You need the bare minimum, but don't stop there. I think you could do a lot there. Those are my main points about that. But like, I like the aesthetic of it. I like the general feel of it is good. The sound effects that are there are crisp and nice, and the look of it is good, and generally a consistent style. It's all right. It's good. Uh, we are gonna leave it there. I will keep the list persistent. Okay, so if you are on the list now in white, you will still be as high as you are now in priority. So new games next Feedback Friday will be like appearing here, but like you'll be above them. So as long as you're in the chat on a priority game, you'll get in. I don't know though whether I'll do one next Friday. I think I might start doing these every other Friday because I want to start doing a lot more work on Pokepoke, as I've been telling my patrons lately. Coming to the end of the action RPG series, and I want to spend a lot of time. I'm still going to be doing tutorials, but slightly less often am I going to be doing tutorials that are like standalone things. We're going to be doing a lot of content from and around Pokepoke as it develops, and largely otherwise spending a lot of our time developing the game so that it ever releases. So with that in mind, I think what we're going to start doing in future is doing alternating between Feedback Friday and Pokepoke development streams. I think what I'll do is we'll put like a schedule thing on Twitch that also shows like when, what times and what days, these things are going to happen and what's upcoming. So you can just pop on my Twitch and be like, oh, okay, there's a Feedback Friday then and so on and get things in. Still working it all out, and I don't know if it becomes weird to call it Feedback Friday when it's not every Friday, but we still do it on Fridays, so I don't know. Well, I think it'll be alright. Hopefully everyone will get the idea. Next time you're gonna have a tutorial for me. The thing is, your game did have, like, that was the thing that felt so jarring, is that, like, there were text things in it. The fact that you said that there's no tutorial makes me think, like, okay, yeah, you should not put a lot of time into it. If you hadn't have said that, it'd been worse, though, because it's like you do say various different control things, and it's like, and the things that are missing stand out so much more. Thank you, WebplaceExe, for the 2 months Prime sub. Do you have Amazon Prime? Did you know that every month you get a free subscription to the Twitch streamer of your choice? If you've not given that to someone already, you could give it to me, and then I get more money. So, you know, everyone's a winner, especially me. Anyway, with that brief period of selling out done, let's get Twitch up, and let's see if we can find somebody to raid. This always comes up first, so it always ends up on me when I don't. Get away from me. No, I don't want to see myself. Oh, no. Why can't I just search for the... I say this every time, but why can't I just search for the tank? No, I have to go to science and technology and then game development. Even that, well, even then, I'm not sure that's worked. Like, all these don't have game development on them. But, I mean, a lot of them do seem to be game development anyway. Do we have any game maker people? I could also search game maker, but... Game maker TV... 16-year-old Apex Diamond. Oh, of course, it's just going to be GMTK. Yeah. Needs to be a tag. Wow, people like hanging out in hot tubs, I guess. I saw the drama that unfolded over that on Twitter, and I'm just like, why does anyone care? Just don't watch this. Everyone's like, oh, it's competing for space on the front page. Oh, who cares? Maybe it's because I'm in the privileged club of like only really averaging like 50 to 100 viewers, so I just don't care about any of that type of thing. Yeah, everyone has a tag. I'm sure it was a category, and now it's like science and technology or whatever. I filled out the form and tried to get a lot of people on Twitter to like add Game Maker as a tag as well, but well, I feel like a lot of people liked and retweeted it, but I don't know. I don't know how that went. I'm not seeing any Game Maker, but do we see anything that just looks cool? Anyone I'm following? The ducks are up. Hmm. That might be Game Maker, or is that Godot? Is there another Game Maker that looks like Godot? Maybe we just come here anyway. No, it's a Godot, I think. But we're gonna go here anyway. Thanks for watching, everybody. ARPG episode just went live. As I said, my alternate... I've said all this stuff. You either heard it or you didn't. My space is going really dark, actually. Well, that's fitting that we're ending the stream then, I guess. So, everyone be nice to this guy. if you're a sub of mine, spam all my emotes. That's just what we do.
What is
Shaun J.
this?
Pokey is the good one. Promote the game.
How does this look?
Oh, it has a follower or a subscriber only chat. Ah,
No,
do we
please.
want to? That's well, you're not gonna be able to do one because it's a follower only. Well, oh, if it's follower only.
Do who it? No. What?
Oh, it's follower only at least, so you only have to follow. Okay. And we're gonna rate him anyway. Yeah,
It's
thanks everyone for watching.
basically,
I'll catch you all next Friday, probably with PokePoke Live development. I'll try and make sure there's something of a schedule, either like on Twitter or on Twitch, or both, hopefully,
but because it's a bit
that let
fast
people know
for
what's
that,
going on.
it seems like
Vaguely when. Alright, we'll try and be a professional. I promise. Okay.
But I
Thanks,
hope
guys. See you later. Have fun.
so. Yes, rip. What do you guys think? Does it look okay? Shaun GS